This video is fully packed with a lot of things, such as being hunted, lots of building, as well as upgrading our deckhands and making an invincible ship in Arcane Odyssey. So let's get started. There are a lot of things to do to upgrade the ship. First of all, I need to get a 4th deckhand and I need to level them up, as well as I actually need to get another quartermaster, a Nizer. So I went ahead and started searching for deckhands all over the Bronze Sea. I was looking for a speed deckhand mostly, and I didn't get lucky at all. So I went ahead and started to get a Nizer instead. But unfortunately, on the third part of the quest, there were no watermelons to be found. So while waiting for it, I went ahead and searched Redwick, and I eventually found this speed deckhand, which completed my 4 deckhands. Now, obviously the watermelons weren't going to spawn in a while. I might as well just build on Blackroot, because at the time Cassia Bay was, claimed, and ever since I made that video, people have just been claiming Cassia Bay all the time, and I can't take it anymore. So I started making more islands across different islands across the Bronze Sea, because then I at least have some places where I can continuously farm reagents. After I had finished mostly all my funds while building, I then went ahead and went to look for castaways, and here's when things started to go south. A familiar face was met from my last video, Thor. Don't send any hate to him, okay? This is a more serious topic. The reason why he hunted me last video was he just wanted to hunt, and it's part of the game, and for me, it was annoying, but I wanted to just show my experience of, getting hunted, and I was just hiding and stuff. And people on Discord took it and just, made fun of Thor, which I do not like, and I do not condone that. If you were in his place during that time when I was hiding in a ship, or even if it was me, I would have also not paid him enough attention to see that there's someone on my ship. Because, I was hiding really well. I had an invisibility potion. You're not gonna notice. And, people have been making fun of him, and, he messaged me, people were clowning on him, and seriously, that is just not nice. The reason why I put that, interaction in that video in the first place was just for fun. I just wanted to show my perspective of what was happening meanwhile they were looking for me, and it wasn't meant to harm anyone. It was just there purely just to show I managed to just get away by not getting into a fight at all and just hiding right in front of them. And because of that, he took it to his heart, and he was really mad, so he went ahead and attacked me in this one. Again, it was frustrating for me as well, because I thought we had, made up in Discord DMs, but he was still mad because people, kept annoying him. And I'm talking to you, the viewer, on this. If you were one of those people which, picked on him, genuinely, never do that again. Okay? Because if you were in his place during that, you would have not noticed me hiding in your ship. If you were mocked by someone else, how would you feel? Right. I understand that he was frustrated, and that's why he wanted to take his frustration out on me. And that also made me frustrated, because why would you do that? It's a waste, I don't know. It's just a really sad interaction, really. And from here on out, Thor, I want to say this to you. I have no hate towards you. I understand what happened. And just, if anyone mocks you about this, again, just ignore them. Okay, I have learned to just ignore literally pointless negativity on something, and it has made life so much more just pleasant. Okay, genuinely, because I don't support this type of behavior, and this is the problem with Arcane Odyssey. The toxicity is there outside of the game. People, go ahead and act rude to everyone in Discord and stuff. What's the point of all of this? Genuinely, it's a game. A game is just, you play to have fun, not to have serious issues and stuff like this, okay? It's weird that I have to say this in a video, but anyways, This interaction, okay, just, you know, it was just a stupid interaction. It was a waste of both of our times. It was a waste of his you know, his resources as well. He used around 8 potions, I believe, while trying to fight me. And even in the middle of it, I even said, like, we shouldn't be fighting, like, there's no point in this. He still then insisted, because again, he was probably just really frustrated, and you know, hunted me once. Like, I can't do anything. My build sucks, okay? It's Iron Leg Warlord actually sucks now, and it's super slow. Like, I mean, it's stupidly slow. So, and also, you may think, like, how am I Warlord all of a sudden? Well, that's gonna be a different video, but genuinely, this interaction was completely pointless, and I don't want anyone else to go make fun of him at all. Just, he already apologized as well in DMs. Just don't harass anyone in Arcane Odyssey. Even if they're in my video, or if they do something bad, or just, it's part of the game, okay? And that just genuinely, I can't be more happy that Vtex and his team now actually added a PvP toggle, which this game, honestly, with how toxic it is, it genuinely needs one. That's the end of my rant. Now, let's get back into the video. So after the interaction, I had to go and get another castaway, because during that fight, he accidentally killed a castaway, which I had just brought, and I didn't save. So I had to go get another one. And then I went back into the grind, because I needed to basically destroy a lot of ships. And if you want to increase the amount of ships that you can destroy and get the chests, make sure you become a villain, because you will then be able to attack basically all positive rep ships and negative rep ships, and it will give you, like, you'll be able to you know farm the XP for your deckhands a lot faster, as well as you can also get the bronze seal chests also from every single ship now. So it is worth becoming a villain for this grind. I didn't show all the ships that I had destroyed, but let me tell you, if I did show it, this video would be like 50 minutes long. I killed a lot of ships, but at the end of it, I did manage to actually get my deckhands to be high level enough so that I can actually start giving them professions. And this is where the cost of deckhands truly shows. They cost a lot to level up, as well as they cost items to level up. The first tier is when you fully unlock their professions, and always build a shipbuilder as your first one, or navigator, either one works, but I would recommend the shipbuilder one first, because honestly, being able to repair your ship from being anywhere in the seas is just so good. And never pick the chef. Don't be like me, what I did here. Never pick the chef. And don't do what I did here. I also leveled up the loyalty on that same chef, which I then deleted later on, by the way, because I then found out that it wasn't worth it. I don't know why I did it, but I just wanted to just test it out, see if it's worth it now. No, it's still not worth it. It never will be worth it. It never was worth it. Don't pick chef. After selling all my chests, I then went back to grinding again, leveling them up. This time having 3 deckhands instead of 4, which completely wasted that leveling potential. And then, eventually, I then went ahead to look for more deckhands, didn't find any, and so I then started to level up my deckhands once again. It's basically a rinse and repeat process. You just, get levels, get the materials, and continuously keep doing that. This time, I got the navigator next. So I got shipbuilder, got a navigator, and this time around, I actually wanted to make my ship, again, invincible, like the title says. So, for this one, I went ahead and got shipbuilder, navigator, and enchanter, which you don't really see a lot of people use enchanter, because all that it does is it gives you damage reduction and it gives you healing. It heals your crew, which, not gonna lie, it's actually kind of useful if you think about it, because you can then basically revive. Let's say if your shipbuilder died, you can revive your shipbuilder. So, in a sense, it does kind of make your ship immortal even if it gets to really low health. So, for this one, I went with enchanter. And after finding a 4th deckhand, and then farming the levels for this one again, this one being much more lower level than other ones because again I had kicked the one out. I picked merchant for this one because I realized that having a merchant is going to help us level up deckhand, because at times this thing can, let's say, sell us notebooks or coal, which is going to be really useful for, you know, that's the exact materials that I need to make the deckhand upgrades, and we're gonna need that pretty soon. And by soon I mean right now, because I already ran out. Getting notebooks is really difficult. You can like only find it through chests, or you can find it through the what do you call it, the merchant ships, or from your merchant deckhand. That's the only way you can get it. Or you can go and get it from trading, and that's what I resorted to doing because I looked at the marketplace prices, and my god, one notebook is around 1,000 galleons, and you need like 100 of them. So I am not paying 100,000 galleons for just 100 notebooks. Okay, I am not doing that. So I traded with players, and I offered around 250 galleons each per, you know, like notebook, and people were pretty happy with that. Again, the marketplace prices will always be inflated because people will buy the cheap ones and resell them, and that's the only one you're gonna buy because people will always snipe the cheap ones, just like drop shipping. Stop it. Anyways, after that, I then bought the rest of the ingredients, like clear stones. Clear stones, because the navigator needed that. And someone actually asked me to craft them a few jewels because I had actually gotten master jewel crafting. You will see that in a future video when I got it. Basically, they saw me having master jewel crafting. They then asked me if I could make them some jewels, and I did it for free. But in return, I also asked them if I could buy their notebooks. They had 7 of them, and they actually agreed to it, which was really nice. That made trading for these notebooks a lot easier. And then I went straight back into upgrading my things. So this is basically the build. We have a ship builder for, you know, repairing the ship. We have a navigator to go through whirlpools and to go faster. It's basically like a second ram that you can apply at any moment. We have an enchanter which can revive your crew and also give you damage reduction, like when it's on. And we have a merchant which we'll then use to, you know, buy stuff that we need to then upgrade our deckhands later on. Again, I wasn't able to, like, you know, upgrade everything fully, but I did what I could. Now I want to talk about upgrading loyalty on these deckhands, and here is where I think the game the development of these deckhands were kind of rushed, because giving these guys loyalty is so time consuming. To explain it really fast, the first tier of loyalty allows you to give them 1 artifact, and the goal is you have to give them 2 artifacts on each of the deckhands. And to do that, you have to give the deckhand a specific hat from their style that you can see that they're wearing. Now my problem with this is it's also like when I also did this video really long time ago, it's still the exact same system. Giving them the items is really time consuming because, one, you need to have the exact right item, like item style that, you know, that fits with their style. For example, if they're a pirate, you have to give them pirate items, and if it doesn't match, they won't take the item at all. And finding those items on your inventory takes so much time, as well as if they only like the item, there's 2 tiers. If they love it and they like it, if they only like it, you have to give like 40 to 30 of those items for almost every tier. And if they love it, then it's like around 6 or 7. And my problem with this is it's really hard to look for items in the more vague styles, for example, like merchant or like sailor or something. It's very, very vague. And then trying to look for those items and giving them takes so much time that I really think that there should be a filter of sorts that applies. Like, so let's say if they're a pirate, it will only show pirate items that you can give them, and it will also show the items that you can give them if you don't have it. So that's my rant on this. Basically, the deckhand system was probably rushed because they were trying to get out of the updates really fast back then. Hopefully, in full release, this can be fixed and made a really better system, because I only have max deckhands on my main, nothing else apart from this one. And I'm doing this for you guys. I'm going through the torture for you guys.